saw the red light and stopped, but stopped in the middle of the intersection and now it's stuck. Hi everyone, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, Elon Musk is making another wild claim, this time about Tesla Robotaxis. He's saying that Tesla Robotaxis will cover half the US population by the end of this year, not even next year. Now, he said this in the earnings call last week. Perhaps you saw some videos about that. But what he said here, Electrics got the headline, Elon Musk with a straight face. Tesla Robotaxi will cover half of US population by end of the year. Now, this is a wild claim. He does make wild claims, but this is particularly wild. And some of his evangelicals as pumpers finding it hard to believe as well. Electric says Elon Musk claims the Tesla Robotaxi will cover half the US population by the end of the year, and we can't stop laughing. And this was in the financial results call. So that was last week. I did cover that live. If you missed that, I'll be doing some more live streams, by the way, including one tomorrow, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Earnings are down 23% on falling electric vehicle sales and low margins. That did happen in the results. The operating margin is just 4.1%, which is super low. But Tesla's stock is not crashing because CEO Elon Musk is promising a return to earnings growth through autonomous driving and humanoid robots. So it's all about the robotaxis. It's all about the robots. Forget about the cars. We don't need to sell cars anymore. Does it matter? We previously reported on how Tesla's robotaxi effort is a major shift in strategy for Tesla, which has been promising unsupervised self-driving in its customer vehicles for years. Yes, years and years. So that's the joke about next year, because Elon said next year will be FSD, will be autonomous next year, robotaxis, and even 1 million robotaxis on the road by 2020. Instead, the robotaxi service consists of an internal fleet operating within a geofenced area currently only in Austin, Texas, and powered by teleoperation and in-car supervisors with a finger on the kill switch. And I'll show you the latest from Austin there, the latest error that happened. And yes, within a geofenced area, which Elon has previously said, if you have to have a geofence, you don't have a robotaxi. I believe half of the US population of the US will be covered by Tesla's robotaxi by the end of the year, Elon said. He added that he believes the regulatory approval will be the biggest hurdle, even though Tesla's current service requires a Tesla employee in each car, which is a major hurdle to scaling. He has announced something about scaling, or they mentioned it, scaling somewhere else. More about that in a minute too, how that's going or what they're planning to do. It's in San Francisco. Musk and Ashok Alaswamy, Tesla's head of self-driving, both claimed that the Bay Area will be the first market where Tesla plans to expand its robotaxi service. However, Alaswamy added that the program will initially have a driver in the seat. So Electric's take here is that it's laughable. Who believes that? How can Elon say that with a straight face? They say when Tesla only has a joke of a system that requires supervision at all times. So that's safety monitor and the current engineer. No doubt, as I've said before, they're probably paying over 100,000, well over 100,000. So if this keeps up, they're going to scale like that. It's going to be expensive and not autonomous. For context, Tesla currently only operates in a little over half of Austin, Texas. Here's the list of all the metro areas Tesla would need to launch Robotaxi by the end of the year to cover half of the US population. So look at all those, starting with New York and Los Angeles and Chicago, Houston. Look at all those cities down that list there. So here's another map by Dan O'Dowd, or the Dawn Project, who's been very critical of Tesla and of Elon, especially the full self-driving. So he says, not even Elon Musk, head of Tesla FSD propaganda on Twitter, Omar's blog, that's Omar, believes him when he says that Tesla robotaxis will be in all of these markets by the end of the year. So they've made up this maps working out the population. Obviously, population is concentrated in those big cities, say New York and Los Angeles. And so that's what it would take. And at the moment, of course, they've only got that small one in Austin, Texas, with the humorous shape that Elon likes. So, Hallmark's catalog, Omar said here, I have a hard time believing Robotaxi will launch in all of these markets by the end of the year, but I'd love to be wrong. So, even Omar, the chief propagandist, the chief Tesla pumper, has a problem saying that this will be okay. And so, while we're at it, let's see how it's going. This is the latest era. Dan says, watch this Tesla supervised robotaxi, in quotes, make an illegal left turn and get stuck, blocking an intersection. And so this is what's happening, and they're hoping to have a robotaxi covering half the population. And this is with a safety monitor who has to intervene here. Let's take a look.
It's going...
Getting stuck there, right in the middle of the intersection.
It chose to make a left turn from... It pulled into the intersection and then saw a red light.
So it saw the red light and stopped, but stopped in the middle of the intersection, and now it's stuck. And so support has to intervene. The safety monitor can't really do that much. Unless they're in the driver's seat, they can stop it, but they can't do anything else. We've seen that be a problem before. So these are the kind of things that are happening already. By the way, if you're getting value out of this episode so far, I would really appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people. And James Catt says here, unsupervised FSD by the end of this year again. So that's what Elon said as well in the call. And there we have another one of the chief propagandists of Tesla grinning at that. And so the other story here, Tesla rolling out robotaxis with human drivers in the driver's seat, defeating the purpose of robotaxi. Wait, what? So Futurism has the story. And people are going to say, well, that's the way Waymo started. But that's exactly what Elon said he didn't want to be like Waymo, and others have said that it won't be. But they say Tesla is planning to follow up on its extremely limited and technical issues plagued robotaxi service in Austin, Texas, with an even more limited rollout in San Francisco. According to an internal memo obtained by Business Insider, Elon Musk's EV maker is looking to accelerate its timeline by rolling out robotaxi service across a large swathe of the Bay Area as soon as this week. So they really want to, I was going to say pretend they're scaling fast, but really it's so limited, and this one's going to have a driver. But there's a gigafactory size caveat. A human safety operator will be sitting in the robotaxi's driver's seat. A bizarre concession that shows Tesla is far from feeling confident enough to have its robotaxis actually operate by themselves or secure the necessary regulatory approvals. I know that they want to operate in New York as well. It's the same thing. And Waymo has to have a safety driver as well. The Tesla pumpers will say that it doesn't need that safety driver, but it'll have it because the regulatory approvals aren't there yet. And Waymo did the same thing, but that's not the way that Elon's always said. He said the fleet will wake up and suddenly there'll be robotaxis everywhere. But it's not going to happen like that, obviously. During Wednesday's conference call, Tesla's head of AI software, Ashok Alaswamy, again stated that we're working with the government to get approval in the San Francisco Bay Area, but he admitted that we will launch the service with a person in the driver's seat just to expedite while we wait for regulatory approval. Well, how long will that be? And Fred Lampert from Electric says, it's amusing when Tesla bulls counter the criticism of some of Robotaxi's limitations with, isn't that exactly how Waymo started? Yes, which is precisely the point that Tesla critics are making. Tesla is about 5 years behind Waymo, and they're scaling in a similar way. There was this battle of geofenced area in Austin, although Waymo's cars are fully autonomous, nobody in the driver's seat, nobody in the passenger seat. whereas Tesla's Robotaxis has that safety driver. So they're scaling. They're just behind. They're just basically just behind Waymo and scaling the same way. But Elon obviously wants to scale faster, so I think they're going to make a show of, yes, we're in San Francisco, even though there's a driver, it's like a taxi service or somebody sitting there using FSD and intervening. So it's kind of like an Uber, really. And here we have Jerry Rig Everything says this is a lie to what Tesla says here. Why drive when your car can do it for you? Tesla does have this false advertising claim going through the court as well in California. So it's amazing they're still saying this. This is from July 24. Jerry Rig Everything says Hardware 3 is dead in the water. Tesla is currently scamming 4 million plus vehicles that have hardware incapable of driving themselves, yet still tweets garbage like this on a daily basis. So hardware 3, yes, I don't know what's going to happen about that. Are they going to have to compensate people after Elon went way back many years, said it will be autonomous for all of these cars, but it turns out that really it's only for hardware 4 cars and hardware 5 cars when that comes out, obviously. But yes, he does have a point here, I think. And so, what do you think about this? Do you think that they're going to be able to scale to 50% of the population? And when are they going to be able to get rid of that safety driver in San Francisco and elsewhere? Are they going to scale with somebody in the car all over the US and say that it's 50%? And it's really just like Uber. Even then, it would be difficult. Remember, we're in July. We're at the end of July already. So, the end of the year is not far away. So, let me know what you think about this. And by the way, when I talked about live streaming, so tomorrow, I'm going to do a live stream. I will put up a notification or a schedule later on in my day. And here is the timing. So I'm in New Zealand, so New Zealand time's 8:30 a.m., but it'll be 9:30 in London. If you're in New York, 4:30 p.m. Los Angeles will be 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, and Sydney time, Australia, will be early. So if you're early in the morning, if you're an early riser, on that Tuesday morning, it'll be Tuesday in Sydney, Monday in those other places. So I'm going to go live, and what I'm going to do is what I usually do, but with hopefully participation from the community. So I'm going to be answering comments from this video that I'm making now tomorrow, and I'm going to do it live and answer them live on the live stream. And then I'm going to go into looking at things for tomorrow's video too. So join me. It's kind of like a behind the scenes thing. So if you're interested in that, having a chat, I'll be able to answer questions and so forth, just trying that more casual live stream, basically just hanging out live. So if you want to be there with me, look out for that wherever you are. I'm going to put a related video right there. Do go and see that now if you want to. And always a subscribe link on screen. If you're new here, do subscribe to follow and get more of these kinds of videos from me in the very near future. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.